It's hanging off the edge.
You want to go warm. You want room temperature.
Hope you're ready, you want.
Alright.
We got a little control room back there.
Break set up.
Yeah, we can set up every time.
Are we live?
He said whatever you say, bro.
Oh, whenever?
Now.
Now. But I gotta have.
Bro. Who listen, bro? Or not.
What?
Or not. We can never start, right?
I'm not gonna put it on my computer.
I think we've been live. I think we've been live.
Oh, well, welcome to a special episode of the Let's Talk About Whatever podcast. Today we got two new guests. Well, Noah's a regular. He just shows up. He shows up. But today we got Damien.
What's up?
Lo-Fi Boy.
Lo-Fi Boy. Yeah. Damien Burbank. Fucking cancel culture. Yeah, I got a lot of things going on right now. But yeah.
So, where you from?
So, I was born in Boston, but I moved here when I was about 9, Pensacola, Florida. So, I mean, I was raised here, but like, I still like claiming Boston because, you know, it's like up north, it's Boston, it's a city. So it's like, it's better than Pensacola, basically, yeah. But yeah, it's like two different worlds. Like, anywhere out of Florida, honestly, is like 50 years in the future, in my opinion. Like, this shit's ass, bro.
I feel like people hate on Florida for no reason. We actually doing pretty
No,
good down here.
we crazy as fuck, bro.
I love it.
This water's good as shit.
Every week gets a new Florida man story.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, I'm Florida.
So, how did you end up in Florida?
So, my mama got married to my stepdad, and his family's down here. So, we basically all just packed up and moved here. Yeah, I was 9 years old, so I had to like transition through like schools and shit. And I got here when I was like in 3rd grade, so I was like going from like Boston education to Florida education. So I was like learning shit in 3rd grade I like knew in kindergarten and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? But then I got lazy as fuck and stopped going to school. So like, I think it kind of caught up with me. I'm stupid as fuck.
You got Miss Bealey.
Bro, fuck that shit, dude.
So how did you start in music?
So I've always been interested in music. That's cliche as fuck. But my dad makes music. He has his own band or whatever. It's not like I don't know how to put it. It's not like mainstream type shit, but like he puts a lot of work into it. He's on a label and shit right now, going on tour. Obviously not now, but I would just always be in the studio with him, and I was just so interested with all the gear and everything and like the process. And then by the age of like 10, 11 years old, I started like listening. I started listening to music like on my own. And I was like, all right, so like what's more to it? Like, what do I gotta do to also do this? So I like found FL Studio, which is what every fucking producer uses when they first start out.
I think I downloaded it.
Yeah, see, exactly. I got myself a little keyboard, and I started like making beats every day, and they were so bad. Like they were so bad. They were off beat, they were off key, terrible.
Garbage sound.
Literally.
I remember in like 7th grade, you would bring out your launch pad at school.
Oh my god, that's a whole different story. Yeah, I started making music in 6th grade, so I was about 11. But yeah, I was using FL Studio on the laptop my mama got me from Walmart. And there's a funny story about how I actually got that. Now, I don't know if he still hates me, but there was this dude in my 8th grade. No, it was 6th grade, yeah. in my math class, and he brought a damn airsoft gun to school. And I was like, I'm gonna snitch on this man and get my fucking computer off this Crime Stoppers money, though. So, because I looked into it, I was like, how much money can I get for ratting on a dude with a gun, even if it ain't even a real gun? So they said $500, and I was like, okay, that's a computer, like that's a little jump start. I just gotta take them risks. So I tell him his name. I forgot his fucking name, so I hope he doesn't like remember me because that was
He'll track you down.
tracking me down type shit. I'm good. I don't want none of that. That's middle school, right? Telling on you for a gun, it's just middle school shit. So I told on him, and I told Crime Stoppers, I was like, all right, so like I busted this dude. Where's my money? Where is it? I'm trying to get my shit started. And they're like, we'll give you $50. 50. I was like 50. I just saved like however many people in this school from getting a fucking like bruise on their neck or some shit from this damn gun that he was gonna shoot someone with. So I tell my mama, and I start like fake crying and shit. So I'm like, mama, listen, like they're only trying to give me $50. I still didn't collect it though, because I was like, man, fuck you, $50. So I told her, I started like fake crying. I was like, mama, like I just want a laptop so I can make music. So she got me like a little dinky ass laptop from Walmart, and that's when I started like making music. But yeah.
So why did you decide to do, well, first explain to the people that may not know what lo-fi music is.
Okay, so if you watched Adult Swim when you was a kid, or like in general, and like between shows there's like commercials and whatnot, and there's just like really weird ass music, and it's like, but it like kind of goes hard, like some type of shit that you would listen to if you were like smoking, or like, you know, just trying to vibe out. But basically lo-fi music is, what is lo-fi music?
I know it stands for low fidelity.
Yeah, it's low fidelity. So low fidelity, the definition of that is something that's like lower quality. So it's pretty literal. It's like you take a song, like you put a filter on it so it sounds like it's coming out of like an old radio, and like you put a mellow like beat on it, and it's like it creates like some type of melancholy feel. It creates like just like a really mellow feel. And I guess people like it because it's popping off now. It's like becoming a big thing. But yeah. It's
So why did you decide to get into lo-fi specifically?
There's a story behind that too. So I can cuss on here, right?
Yeah.
So I was fucking around.
Yeah.
I was fucking around in my culinary class. It was 10th grade, 2017. I was 16 years old. No, I was 15, about to turn 16 in March. And I was just like fucking around on my laptop, because I came from an EDM background. I was like making like Skrillex type shit.
Yeah, I
and it was
remember
so
that.
bad.
I remember that.
He remembers. I was under a different name, but that's disclosed information. We don't bring that up. But yeah, I was fucking around on my laptop, and I like seen this video by this YouTube channel called Neotic, and it was called Melancholy, and it was just like a mix of lo-fi songs. And I like never heard lo-fi shit before. Like I was coming from an EDM background, and I was like getting into R&B, so I was like, I knew a little bit of like, I was like diving into hip hop. So yeah, I was listening to the Melancholy mix, and I heard a song called Her by Eerie, and I was like, holy shit, like why is this like making me feel this way? It's like crazy. It's like nothing I've ever heard before. So it's like close to my birthday, so my grandma's coming down from Boston, and we go to this hotel. Like she usually like takes me out to the beach for like a week or whatever for my birthday, and we go to this hotel out in Orange Beach, and I'm like, man, fuck it, like I'm gonna text this artist that I listen to, Eerie, and I texted him on fucking Facebook of all things, and he responded, and I like made like a beat that sampled one of his songs that he did, which is funny because he sampled it, but I sampled what he sampled. So it was like a sample within itself. And it was really bad. It's still on my SoundCloud page. It's really bad.
Sampleception.
Literally. The mixing is terrible. But yeah. So I showed it to him, and he was like, I fuck with this. Like, you're going to get better at this. Like, keep working. And like, I dropped it on my 16th birthday. And then after that, I was like, okay, like this could become a thing. Like I'm having fun with this, right? So I started like making more beats. I was making beats like every day, releasing them every single day. A new beat came out, and yeah, it just like took off from there. I just released every single day and promoted it. I don't know if I like strayed away from the question. I got lost in it.
Do you rap?
Oh yeah. My vocal project is Damian Burbank. At one point, I was gonna rebrand Lo-Fi Boy into Damian Burbank, but what I started with, like as Lo-Fi Boy, I was making lo-fi music. So if I was going from making lo-fi music to like rapping and stuff, like my fan base doesn't expect that from me. So like, what's the point of rebranding? So I just turned it into its own separate thing. But yeah, I only have 2 songs out with Damian Burbank right now because like I'm like really busy. But I have like, I'm a part of this group called Cancel Culture, and there's 9 of us. But I feature on like every single one of their songs. So yeah, I do rap. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
So, where did the name Burbank come from, Damian Burbank?
So, the first time I went to California, to LA, me and a bunch of my music friends that like all came up with me, they all had a house in Burbank, California, and I remember we spent like a lot of time there recording, like fucking smoking and getting drunk and just like playing Smash Bros. And I just like really connected with the city, LA, but like Burbank specifically because like that's where like I had like a really good time with a bunch of like people I came up with that I met on the internet. So it was like a really big thing in itself. So that's where Burbank came from.
And I saw you posted on Twitter, I want to say, that Sex for Breakfast hit 10 million streams on Spotify.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The song alone?
Yeah, it's unreal.
I want to say he has like, what, 450 monthly listeners now?
Yeah, it fluctuates.
I was just looking at that.
And then
Yeah.
you also said that one of your songs got added to the Spotify Lo-Fi Beats playlist.
That happens often. They put me on and take me off, and
Okay.
that shit screws with my bank account. When you go from like, when your like stats cut in half.
Didn't didn't last year you hit like 9 million?
9 million streams, listeners.
Yeah.
I remember something like you had posted at the end of the year, I forgot what it was.
Yeah, it was something like at the end of the year.
Like your
I was
end of the year
Oh,
stats.
I know what you. Oh yeah. At the end of the year, Spotify for Artists does this thing where it's like they give you like your year in review, like all like crazy information, like how many minutes they listen to you all year, and like the equivalent to how many years they listen to you in the span of 1 year. And throughout the year, I got streamed like 9 million times. The majority of it was Sex for Breakfast and my song Trust, like just like my bigger songs. But yeah, I got streamed 9 million times, 9 something million over. Is it disrespectful if I pull on my phone and check this out real quick?
Nah, you good.
Hold up. Yeah, it's somewhere in here. Oh yeah, here it is. So it was like 9.8 million streams, 380.8 thousand hours, 2.3 million listeners in 79 countries the whole year. So it says my songs moved fastest between 6 p.m. On April 8th. So I got 3,631 streams per hour that day. My music was streamed 380,824 hours in 2019. That's equivalent to more than 4 decades of listening. So like that's like 40 years, and I ain't even 20 yet. Like what? That's like twice my lifetime. But yeah, the numbers are crazy. But like it's really like important to not let them like get to you. You have to stay humble with it seriously, because at times I've dealt with the numbers like get into my head and like kind of like creating an ego for myself, and that doesn't hurt anybody but yourself, because you're like, I got these big ass numbers, and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna release another song and get big ass numbers, but you're always trying to like one up yourself, and it's so hard to one up yourself when you have like a hit that's like millions of streams, and it's like you really just got like you really just gotta like take a step back and like realize why you started in the first place, and just keep that mindset, and you'll be safe.
Is it hard? Is it hard to not try to top that hit and just to continue making regular music?
I mean, I
Or are you
get
chasing, trying to up that one?
at times like my process of starting the song is like, well, my process of making music, I guess you can take it that way, but like my main focus is what can I do better in this song than I did in the song previously. Even if it isn't a hit, like just like if it's mixing wise, like replay value wise, or like doing a new thing, like adding new chords or new sounds or like a new vibe, like it's really just about like what I can do better with the next track, aside from the previous one. But yeah, one-upping yourself. If you have that mindset that you have to one-up yourself every song, you're gonna be disappointed because it's all a progression. Like you're gonna have your losses and your wins, and it's just all about how you deal with it, really.
I will say that you those numbers are big. You know, I mean, I know you're humble and stuff, but you know, those are the bigger numbers. I ain't seen nobody in.
That makes you the biggest artist in Pensacola.
Yeah, definitely the biggest artist.
And is that weird to you that like you're big, but you're not necessarily big in Pensacola?
I mean, yeah, it's weird to me because it's like most artists are like, I'm gonna get big in my city and then I'm gonna like go out from there. But right now I'm being played in 92 countries and ain't nobody in the city knows who I am. So it's like, what? Like, what's up with that? I did it in reverse. But I'm not like too eager to get myself out like locally. Like it would be nice, but I just feel like the audience in Pensacola and the music in Pensacola, like the music scene, just it doesn't really fit my genre for one.
Mm-hmm.
And two, like I don't know, it just ain't popping in Pensacola like it would in like fucking Dallas or Atlanta or something, you know.
Bigger city.
But yeah, I mean it would be nice to like be known locally, but I ain't gonna be here for much longer, so I'm not like too pressed about it.
Do you try to work with local artists?
Yeah. My close friends, they all make music too. Not necessarily like similar to my music, but they like do their own thing. So I try my best to like give them pointers and like put them in the right direction as far as like your mindset and like practicing like production and rapping and like all that. I'm really picky about who I work with, just because coming up myself, I can tell who is serious about it and who isn't, who will and will not put in the work. And I'm just really picky about who I work with, and most of the people that I've met in the city, like they have the drive to do it, but I feel like there's just like a curse on the city, like there's a curse, and as hard as you try, like it's like really, really, really hard to like get anywhere with
To
it.
me, like the artists that I've listened to, they just don't have that sound. Like it's gonna get them out of Pensacola.
Because the thing is, because like a lot of people, they try to be like who's on the radio already, and it's like, well, instead of trying to be like the mainstream people, try to be yourself, even if it's not good, but still try to be yourself, because if you work on yourself hard enough, you can make yourself good like the people in the mainstream.
I feel like that's also another thing though. A lot of artists now, like they don't really go for like a radio hit.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you go back like 5 years ago, you know, you got your song on the radio, you blew up from there. Now it's all internet, so I feel like that's where you start. You're not seeing artists blow up like they used to.
Yeah, times have changed a lot. It's a lot, I wouldn't say easier, but it's a lot more accessible now because the internet, and like you can self-promote. Like I don't even have a manager. I'm not on a label. I'm all independent, always have been. But it's like, it's a lot more accessible, and you just have to know like what to do. It's all trial and error.
Would you ever sign to a label?
Unless they're trying to like buy me a house in like California to like pay for my bills like for the rest of my life, probably not. I don't really fuck with the whole label thing.
So who would you say influenced you most, like as an artist and as a producer?
It changes so much. Like my influences change every week. I have different like times in my life where I like focus on one artist the most. So when I first started producing and whatnot, it was like Owl City type shit, like real electronic music, like Fireflies, like that weird ass shit. But then I like got older, around 14, 15, I started listening to The Weeknd. So that's like a whole entire jump. It's like you got like soft like synth pop music, and then you go into like some dark like R&B shit. And like my opinion is like most of the R&B shit that we have nowadays wouldn't exist if The Weeknd didn't drop Trilogy or House of Balloons in itself.
I agree.
Yeah. So for a while, for a while it was The Weeknd and Drake and like the OVO crew and like Roy Woods, and then I would like find like a smaller R&B artist and I'll be like, alright, so what are they doing? And then I got into Tyler the Creator around 17 years old, and I spent way too much money on his merch. And I'm wearing his ring, I'm wearing this fucking necklace right now. And that stemmed out to Frank Ocean, Odd Future. What's up?
Like, I've seen it before the chain.
What's up?
I never seen that. I've seen it before. I didn't realize that was Tyler the Creator though.
Oh yeah, it's Golf Wing. It's his merch line. But yeah.
You were at Camp Flogna, weren't you?
Yeah, I took my girl to Camp Flogna in LA last year, before this whole pandemic shit went down. So I'm glad I got to go to one music festival because that was my first one. But there was crazy artists there. We saw Juice WRLD. We had super VIP tickets too, so we were like right up on the stage. But we saw Juice WRLD, we saw Tyler, we saw, we missed Willow Smith, but we saw Jaden Smith. We seen the Baby. We seen Drake. Drake was there. Yeah, bro. Bro, I'm thinking about this tweet. My friend was like, "Can y'all boo me off stage so I can be like, I go by the name of Drake," and like walk off. But we saw ASAP and we saw Lil Uzi, short as fuck. But yeah, Camp Flogna. What's up? I don't know, man. I was kind of far off from the stage, but I think so.
Damn, you know.
But yeah, Flogna was the shit.
Well, they're short of the music.
How tall is he? How short is he?
5'4".
I'm taller than you. Easy.
It's not easy. You right there.
Got the half inch on him.
Yeah, he's 5'4". How tall are you?
5'5".
Hey, you gotta let's go. But yeah, influences. Before Tyler the Creator, I forgot to mention I was heavy into X and Members Only.
Yeah, hard. You should go hit hard.
And
X is the GOAT.
So like in my music community, some of us get big breaks. Like one of my friends, he's like my best friend. He's probably fucking, once he sees this, he's gonna be laughing at me like, bro, we ain't like best friends the fuck, but he's my best friend. He's from the UK, but he made, y'all know the song Angel by X that never got released? He produced that and X like took it from him without permission type shit, cause you know, that shit just happens. But he took that, he produced Infatuation by Takeoff from the Migos. So like he has some pretty like good like work under his belt. I know Pot 2. I met him in LA at a show last year. He produced Jocelyn Floors and the other two Shiloh sample tracks off 17. So like I know people who know people, but like I don't know. The point is X was one of my influences. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah.
With you being independent, are you making more money than most people would they sign? Like a new artist, because I know you have a hit. So would you be making more money if like a label came to you?
If a label came to me, how it works, as far as I know, because I don't really dive into labels, they would give you an advance.
So that's yo.
Yeah, they would give you an advance. They'd be like, here, like take 2 million, like take 1 million, take like 100,000, go make an album, and you better pray to God that you make the money back and pay us. or else you're gonna be in debt with us. That's how these artists get fucked and end up playing it through vinyl when they're older type shit. But I would never sign to a label. Being independent is my best option because like I get to manage my own like financial situations. I don't want to like say how much I make, but it's pretty much up there. It's a full-time job like for someone who's worked like their whole entire life and like in their 60s type shit. So like it pays good if you like put in the work. But yeah.
So, tell us more about cancel culture.
Okay, so cancel culture is a group of 9 people. We span like across the globe. There's a dude in the UK, 2 people in Texas, a dude in Fort Walton who just moved to LA, me, a dude in San Diego, a dude in Vancouver, and our manager who's in Ohio. So there's 9 of us. Oh yeah, and one of our producers, he lives in South Florida near like Miami, like, yeah. So that started in like earlier in the year. I was the last member to join. They were trying to find a member, and my friend Corey, who's from the UK, he's the dude who produced the song that X used. He goes by Masked Man. He was like, I got the perfect person for the group, and he like hit me up because we already had like vocal songs with each other before when I started Damien Burbank, and we were like, okay, like we're like getting cool with all the people in the group, and we started like making stuff, and I finished 2 songs the first night they like got me into the group. So I was like putting in that work. As soon as I got in, I was like, this is exactly what I needed, because at the time I was like lacking in confidence and motivation to make anything. So like if it weren't for cancel culture, I probably would have quit by now, because like this like restored my faith in like why I'm doing this. So and those songs that I recorded aren't even out yet. Like, thing about cancel culture, we have a bunch of songs recorded, but we've only released 4. But that's the thing with every artist. Like, they'll make a bunch of songs, but they'll like only take out the good ones. But yeah, we released Ransom earlier in the year. That did pretty good. Sprite did pretty good. It got on 2 Spotify playlists. It got on No Cap. I don't know if it's still on there. But like we were like next to Drake and everybody on that playlist. There's big names on that one. And then we released Stay.
That's probably my favorite y'all have released so far.
Yeah, we released Stay. That was, who's calling me? I'm in a podcast right now. I'll call you back.
That's flex.
It was fucking Anthony Beltry. That's my bro. Hope it wasn't important. He'll probably text me. But Stay got on like 6 Spotify playlists like the first week of its release. So that one's like our biggest song so far. But yeah, that was originally a song that was just gonna be between me and Corey. But we had another person on it, and they never sent in their verse, or like, fuck it, like we're gonna use it for cancel culture. And yeah, a lot of crazy shit's been happening with cancel culture. Adele's manager fucks with us. We have an EP coming out at the end of the month. So, or not the end of the month, the end of the year. So we're gonna end out the year with a bang and then start fresh again in 2021. Definitely gonna be doing shows as soon as the pandemic clears up. We were supposed to go out to Texas in the middle of the summer and record music videos for Baby Girl and another song that's coming out eventually, but obviously the pandemic fucked that up because like one of our main dudes in the group is in the UK and he couldn't get here because the country isn't open. But yeah, cancel culture is where it's at. Like y'all gotta fuck with cancel culture.
How do you get the name cancel culture?
So they came up with the name. I don't know, it's like, I guess they just thought it sounded cool. They haven't really talked about it much, like between the boys, they haven't really talked about like why. It sounded cool, and it's obviously like something that's looked upon in like online, like Twitter, like all that shit is like something bad. It's like you gonna get canceled, like don't fucking slip up, like you gonna get canceled. But like I guess we want to take a different approach with it. I guess I don't know. So eventually, as all things do, when the cancel culture trend dies, we're still gonna be around. And when you look up cancel culture instead of, we definitely have another song coming out, that's for sure. I just can't tell anybody when. But we gonna feed our fans for the rest of the year. We got some good stuff coming out. With our shit. Okay. With our music, it's like, I don't know, we're focusing more on like the artistic side of it and the theatrical side of our music. We're not like making just hip hop music. Like we're trying to like sing and like do like different shit and like make like weird ass music, but like it still sounds good, so like it's still listenable. But yeah, it's like really cool.
Like, you know, your voice, like on your vocal songs, like it's like really distinct. It's like kind of like how you talk. It's kind of weird.
I noticed that it sucks. I wish I could be a person.
I like it though. It's like it's different.
I guess I wish I could have like a singing voice, but really when I sing or I rap, it just sounds like my normal voice, but like pitched or like in a flow. But yeah, I mean, it's the only voice I got, so I guess I gotta live with it. As much as I don't want to, I fucking hate my voice.
It was actually like a study they did, and they said technically like everybody can sing. You just gotta like train yourself to do it.
Yeah, I've been singing since I
Use your
was.
stomach.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
I ain't seen shit. I've been trying.
I've been singing since I was 9 years old, like casually. I've never had like actual like singing coaching or like classes. So I'm definitely not professional. I basically like taught myself by listening to other people and replicating them, and like making music like helps me like, you know, keep my pitch right because I'm like making music. So I don't know, I can sing because I make music, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's all in the practice. Like I'm still learning new things every day.
You are, I know you have been mentioning that you are moving out to LA. So what's the reason that you're moving out to LA? And when is this taking place?
So back to the Pensacola situation. Have y'all ever heard of the curse of Geronimo?
Yeah.
Yes, it's like that curse where people who live in Pensacola don't want to live in Pensacola. But as soon as you leave Pensacola, you want to come back. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. This place sucks.
I like Pensacola. I don't know.
Like,
I never understood that. To me, Pensacola's great.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Like, I definitely got memories here with the homies and shit. Like, I mean, I was basically raised here. But like, bro, chill out.
Pardon.
God damn. I just feel like there's nothing here left for me. Like, my time is up here. Like, if I want to
kind of outgrew the city.
yeah, if I want to prosper in my career, like, I gotta go somewhere with opportunities.
Yeah, fish is small.
Yeah, basically, like,
We ain't really got no famous people. We got boys.
bro, you got fucking wide neck.
Yeah, we I actually met him not so long ago. He's a cool dude.
Man, I bet.
Y'all should get a song together.
Oh no, bro, let's get some wide neck on some lo-fi beat.
I mean, it'll do numbers. It seems like anything you jump on or anything you got a hand in, that's English.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. But so do you got any like connects out there in LA?
Oh yeah, for sure. Basically, the whole entire lo-fi community, like, we're just like a big family, kind of. Like, we all know each other. So like all the small people and all the big people, like, we all know each other. So like the community in itself is like getting looked at by Spotify right now. Like, we're like all the next big things in the like music industry. So like, I know this dude, he's like fucking 15, 16, he goes by Sad Boy Prolific. We don't have any songs together, but like we've talked before. He's cool. He lives in LA, but he just signed to Republic Records, like, straight up. I don't know if it's a sub-label in Republic Records, but like, that's some big deal shit. One of my friends, Love Sad Kid, they have performed with Kuko, who's big in like the what's it called, bedroom pop scene. Also Hobo Johnson.
Yeah, I was listening to that.
Y'all remember that Hobo Johnson shit? I don't know. I don't really listen to his music, but
He has that one song I like, and that's it.
yeah. There's this one chick that was in our community until she signed to a label. She goes by MXM Tune, and she's like in Taco Bell commercials. Her face was in Times Square type shit. Like she used to like fuck with people in our community, but as soon as she signed with the label, like I guess from what I've heard from people, like she just dipped out on everybody, which is what I'm trying to avoid. So like if like I ended up signing to a label, which is a very small chance, or I blew up and became mainstream independently, like I would never ever like ignore or like switch up on the people that I came up with or like my friends back home. It's like I wouldn't be here without y'all, so what's the point of like switching up? Like I'm not better than y'all, like we're still like the same people. But yeah, definitely big things in our community. But anyway, oh yeah, California. So